Hi guys and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, stories including and not excluding Radradra, Rugby League Ireland and the Challenge Cup triple header, France Rugby League, the Cleary Boys and the Betfred Super League Rivals round. And we start today with the news that Penrith Panthers have announced that head coach Ivan Cleary and co-captain Nathan Cleary have both signed new contracts that will run until the end of the 2027 season. Ivan Cleary, 51, will remain as head coach of Penrith Panthers for the next 5 seasons. The Premier winning coach was already contracted to the NRL club until the end of the 2023 season. He led the club to a third grand final victory in 2021, defeating South Sydney Rabbitohs 14 points to 12 at Suncorp Stadium. He is the club's longest serving coach, having joined the Panthers in 2012 for 4 seasons before returning to the club in 2019. Nathan Cleary, who is 24, has extended his original contract by a further 3 years. He has made 122 professional appearances and has featured in 2 grand finals. Nathan has been twice named Daily M Halfback of the Year. He has represented New South Wales in 10 State of Origin matches, and the Australian-born player has also claimed the Clive Churchill Medal in Penrith's 2021 grand final victory. "I couldn't be happier. I'm really proud to lead this club and these boys," Ivan said. It's hard not to think retrospectively and nostalgically in situations like this. I was just like Nathan, but a bit longer ago. I could only dream of playing one NRL game. 30 years later, I'm still fortunate to live this life. Coaching is one of the things as a head coach, it is not one or the other. There's definitely times you wonder why you do want to do it. That's the beauty of it, because the good times are incredible. I love sport and being around involved in teams. It's my role to drive culture, but it changes with the people you've got. Staff here as well, not only do they have expertise in their own field, but they're totally committed to teamwork. We want to become a team that is up there with the best of them, and there's still a long way for us to go to achieve that. France will face Wales in a warm-up match for the 2021 World Cup on Sunday the 19th of June, and this match is taking place at the Municipal Stadium in Albi. This will be the 44th game between the two nations, with the last meeting in October 2018, which was a 54 points to 18 victory for France in Carcassonne, earning them the European Champions title that year. Albi has hosted 2 previous France vs Wales encounter, a 42 points to 22 victory for the home side in 2015, and a narrow victory for Wales in 2010, which ended 11 points to 12. France head coach Laurent Fraser said, "This test match will take place during the weekend dedicated to the international window, which will allow us to take an additional step in our preparation for the World Cup. We know what we need to improve, and we have set targets to achieve in this test match against Wales. Wales is a proud nation who is always give their best on the field, and are very well organised and trained by John Keir, a former coach of the French team who always knows how to bring out the best in the players. They are made up of quality players from Super League with the likes of wingers Regan Grace and Rhys Williams, as well as Caleb Aiken, the former Canberra Raiders fullback in the NRL, to name a few. I can't wait to meet our players and staff to prepare for this match, to be confronted with this formidable Welsh team and to continue to build the cohesion and the culture of our team. Breaking news opposite number, Wales head coach also is looking forward to the encounter. Also, I think that all nations need to take advantage of the free international weekend. As we're not played as a team for a number of years now, I see this as essential preparation for the World Cup against a formidable opposition. The French game has had a renaissance recently. They have had success with Catalans and Toulouse, and they're hosting the 2025 World Cup. The game will be a tremendous challenge. It's away from home, and it'll really test our mettle to see what we need to work on and to improve for the World Cup. We'll have a good team out, as it's a free weekend. We can select from all who are available from Super League. Information about the broadcasting of the game and ticketing details will be confirmed in due course. Super League moves into round 8 with, after 7 games, St Helens leading the way on points difference. Points scored, basically, against Wigan Warriors, who are in second place, with Huddersfield Giants, Catalan Dragons coming up behind in third and fourth. On the bottom, though, we've got Toulouse, Leeds Rhinos, Castleford Tigers, and then Salford Red Devils share 6 points with 3 other teams. But it's only round 7 and a long way to go. But round 8 brings in a new little twist. It is the Super League's Rivals round, where we see local rivals, or near to as best as possible, face each other going into this week's weekend. So here are the fixtures that will run over Thursday and Friday of this weekend's Super League, as there are 4 games on Thursday, with Wakefield Trinity facing Castleford Tigers, Leeds Rhinos versus Huddersfield Giants, and Warrington Wolves facing Salford Red Devils, while Friday moves on to the Hull Derby, Hull KR versus Hull FC. It's going to be a rip snorter as normal, and that is a 12:30 kickoff on Good Friday. But the games of the round have got to be, first of all, for significance, the first game of the round, 7:30 in the UK, shown on Sky Sports, Catalans Dragons versus Toulouse Olympique. First ever time a French derby in Super League. Of this derby, Ben Garcia spoke to the French media around the Rivals round game and said, "This fixture is so important for the game here. It's like, who is the best team in France? To play in the first ever derby will fill every French player with pride. We've only ever played against Toulouse in trials games, and you don't learn much from match preparation matches. This one is for real, and it should be a great game. Rugby league is growing again in France, and games like these will take it a significant step further. We need Toulouse to stay in Super League because it is encouraging more French players to take up the sport and strengthen the French national side. French supporters are very passionate, and I'm sure there will be a lot of noise on Thursday night with so much pride at stake." And the game that finishes off the weekend is St Helens Wigan. And if you don't know anything about the game, this is about what the game means to everyone involved. This is how Good Friday games normally, used to end up. Punches, fights, you can see the whole match highlights from it. It's a fiery affair. Knowsley Road was a great place when the crowd was noisy, and you see players that usually are so calm lose their rag, whether it's Saints Paul Sculthorpe or even Andy Farrell. With that, here are my 6 picks for the rival rounds games. Unfortunately, I've gone for Catalans Dragons in their match against Toulouse. Wakefield Trinity will come out on top of Castleford Tigers, but Greg Eden will score. I'll have Leeds losing another one, but this time to Huddersfield Giants. Warrington Wolves will beat Salford Red Devils. Hull KR will come out on top against their local rivals Hull FC. Well, I've gone a bit biased, I'm afraid. Wigan Warriors will come out on top against St Helens. Comment who will win in those 6 games in the comments below. Former Parramatta Eels winger Semi Radradra is reportedly on the hunt for a new club, and a return to the NRL could elude Mink. Radradra played 94 NRL games between 2013 and 2017, becoming one of the best wingers in the competition. The Fijian Flyers scored a staggering 82 tries with an excellent strike rate during his time in the competition, also playing 4 tests for Fiji and 1 for Australia. That all came to an end when they switched to rugby union in 2017, playing for Toulon in France, before switching to the Bordeaux Beagles in 2018. He was then moved on to the Bristol Bears in 2020, where he played 22 games, taking his total tally of 79 rugby union games. On top of that, he also played 11 tests for Fiji since making his debut for the national team in 2018, also representing the nation at the World Cup. The multi-position star, however, is being forced out of the Bristol Bears franchise as a salary cap squeeze has hit, according to Fox Sports report. With plenty achieved during his rugby union stint, as well as the appealing prospect of playing for Fiji in the Rugby League World Cup, a sport where the nation is improving all the time, could be enough to entice Radradra back to the 13-man code. It is unclear at this stage which NRL club could be interested. It has been widely reported that South Sydney Rabbitohs have discussions with another former Flyer in Suliasi Vunivalu over the summer just gone, as they continue to grapple with the need to replace Dane Gagai in the outside backs. The Dolphins, who thus far have only signed a single back with NRL experience in Jermaine Ezako, would also likely be interested, while the prospect of returning to the NRL and playing under Wayne Bennett could be enticing. For Radradra, it is understood, according to the rugby paper, that a cut of the number of marquee players in the English competition from 2 to 1, as well as his own struggles with a knee injury, could see him back in Australia, all looking for a new club. A little more than a week ago, it was announced that Irish coach and current Oldham coach Stuart Little has been relieved of his position as the head coach of the Rugby League nation. A well-travelled player at club level with sides including Salford and Leeds Centurions, Little also made 19 appearances for his international side, scoring over 40 points, seen here on the right. In a statement, Irish Rugby League said, effective on Tuesday, March 29th, 2022, Stuart Little has ceased to be head coach of our senior men's squad following a week of discussions with him. We would emphasise that this event in no way diminishes our sincere high esteem that Stuart is and always will be held in by RLI after his illustrious playing career and coaching career for and with Ireland. Rugby League Ireland has decided to go in a different coaching direction in this run-up to competing in the Rugby League World Cup 2021 later this year, and shall be issuing another update on our coaching team on Monday, the 11th of April. We wish Stuart the very best of luck and success for the future in his school teaching and rugby league coaching careers. Little ended his 4-year tenure with a 60% win ratio following 5 games in charge. During his time in charge, the Irish defeated Scotland as well as playing both Italy and Spain during the 2019 European playoff tournament. With a new face in the dugout, they will start the Rugby League World Cup campaign on October the 16th against Jamaica at Leeds Headingley Stadium. The Wolfhounds will also go up against New Zealand and Lebanon in Group C. On Monday the 11th, Ireland have announced the appointment of Jed Corrigan as the new men's head coach. Corrigan will take charge of the nation at the tournament after stepping up from assistant coach, having been on their staff at the previous two World Cups in 2013 and 2017. He is also a former Ireland player, winning 11 caps and featured in the 2018 World Cup, and became the first Irish-born head coach to coach the team with this appointment. Properly born Corrigan featured for Halifax, Dewsbury, Oldham, Sheffield and Toulouse in his playing career, and is currently an assistant coach at the Eagles under the former Ireland boss Mark Ashton. In a statement, Rugby League Ireland chairman Jim Reynolds said, "Jed brings a wealth of direct experience and knowledge in preparing a squad to compete in the highest competition in our great sport to his new role as the head coach. Jed Corrigan is well known to our grassroots players in Ireland, being heavily involved with them, especially our halfway players. Player development is an area that Jed wants to use his head coach position to help drive even further, with the emphasis on developing players for the World Cup in 2025. Broadcast details have been confirmed for the Betfred Challenge Cup triple header at Ellen Road, which is being played on Saturday the 7th of May. A festival of rugby league entertainment includes the Betfred Women's Challenge Cup final, followed by the semi-finals of the men's competition. The Betfred Women's Challenge Cup final and the men's semi-finals between Huddersfield Giants and Hull KR, as well as Wigan versus arch rivals St Helens, will be both played at Ellen Road, with the Giants versus KR game being shown on BBC Two at midday and 5 PM respectively. Midday for the Women's Challenge Cup final and 5 PM for the Huddersfield versus Hull KR game. Wigan Warriors versus St Helens will be both shown on BBC One, so all three games will be shown on live free TV. Before we get to the Challenge Cup final for the women's sides, there is a semi-final to play as St Helens play Featherstone and York face Leeds on Sunday the April 24th. And the ties will both be played at Hannah Halliwell-Jones Stadium in Warrington. The Women's Challenge Cup final has become a regular fixture when it is involved in the Challenge Cup weekend, the semi-final weekend, as in 2019 and 18 saw the University of Bolton Stadium play host to the triple header, and then Leeds Sports Village held the final individually, which was shown on national TV also. The women's semi-finals are both going to be held on the BBC iPlayer, so anyone, or BBC Sports website and app, so anyone who wants to watch it on TV rather than going down to the Halliwell-Jones is welcome to do so. Mark Foster, the RFL's Chief Commercial Officer, says Ellen Road is no stranger to rugby league drama, and all the ingredients are in place for another memorable occasion. All men's teams will be giving everything they have to become the first rugby league sides to play at the iconic Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, while we see record crowds for the domestic fixture for the women's game. If last year's triple header, also broadcast on by the BBC, is anything to go by, this is an occasion absolutely not to be missed. The atmosphere in the stadium will be electric, and armchair viewers can enjoy more than 7 hours of superb BBC coverage. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide as we get the word out for our rugby league sports and entertainment for everyone involved. Tell me what your thoughts are on these 6 stories today. Do you think that it's good that France are getting them? It is definitely good for France to play an international game ready for the World Cup. Also Wales to play away. Gives them a bit of a breakaway and also a tough test so that they can come up against some tough sides in their group. Cleary signed their deals. It was expected, but it's all done and dusted. Tell me what your thoughts on that are. And any of the other stories that I've put on this episode. So, remember, please share this video worldwide so we can get the word out for this channel and rugby league as a whole. But in the meantime, please stay safe. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next episode.